Doing PE this week at a middle school, and one of the funniest things I heard when I asked the kids, you got to dress out, and they said, I forgot. I'm like, you just walked through a locker room with kids all changing their clothes and you forgot? Middle school also called me grandma.
In response to not getting the attention I deserve, I've decided I will cause problems on purpose.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about this very strange story featuring this teacher who went on TikTok to express her frustrations as a substitute teacher. Matter of fact, she shares a lot of her experiences as a substitute teacher on TikTok, which makes me comfortable making this video because honestly, this story is almost unbelievable, right? As this teacher claims that she was fired from her job because she refused to meow back to a student who identified as a cat. Take a look.
Okay, I've got to rant for a minute. Just when I thought school couldn't get any weirder, it did today. I'm a sub, and the most important thing we do is take roll so the school gets paid. So I'm looking at the seating chart as I'm going up and down the rows and marking who's here and who's not. I get to the third row and I hear this meow. Excuse me? Excuse me? I start looking on the ground. Go to the fourth row, everything's good. Go to the fifth row, everybody's there. Then I hear meow. I'm like, okay, what's up with that? Who's doing it? And this little girl in the very front row says, you have to meow back at him. He identifies as a cat. Are you kidding me? I said, is there a litter box in here somewhere? My sarcasm self probably shouldn't have said that. He gets up and he storms out of the classroom. And I'm like, rough. And of course, the entire class is laughing. And I think, no problem, no foul. I go to the office. You ready for this? You check out. They said, we no longer need your services if you can't identify with all the children in the classroom. And you wonder why they don't have any subs. I told the lady, I said, I didn't know cats were considered people. I thought they were pets. Another school off my list. Okay.
All right, guys. So first and foremost, I want to say this. As crazy as that story sounds, I looked through her TikTok, and it looks like she's actually a substitute teacher, right? It actually looks like she's a substitute teacher, right? She has multiple videos of her inside the classroom, inside the locker room, like at school. I'm like, okay, I know this lady is crazy, right? She's a little, off her rockers a little bit. But, if she's actually not a substitute teacher, then there's a problem, right? There's an issue, okay, with somebody like her being on campus around kids if she's not actually a substitute teacher, right? So I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt, and I hope that she is actually a substitute teacher. Again, she has videos of her in class on TikTok, okay? Again, I don't know why teachers post this stuff, but hey, they do, right? So it is what it is. But in regards to her story, she claims that I guess she got fired or whatever, got, relieved of her services after a student meowed at her, and she had to meow back to the student because allegedly the student identifies as a cat, right? And apparently the student got upset that the teacher didn't acknowledge that student in the way he wanted to be acknowledged, okay, or addressed. And they went and, I guess, snitched on the teacher, right? Snitched on the substitute teacher. And then the substitute teacher was relieved of her duties. Okay? That's how the story goes. Now, listen, here's the thing. Allegedly, this teacher works out in California, right? So it's unbelievable this story is. It's like, okay, she has videos of her in the classroom. It is in California. Maybe there could be some truth to this. I don't know, right? I feel like I need to get the school side of the story. I need to get the school side of the story. But with that being said, if it is true, I still wouldn't be all that surprised because, again, it is California, aka California, where you have a whole bunch of weird stuff going on out there, okay? So I wouldn't be surprised if one of these entitled kids took advantage of the whole gender thing and was like, oh, I identify as, a cat or whatever, right? I can identify as what I want to identify as, right? Now, that kid could have been trolling the teacher, right? It could have been a joke. I don't know. But, I mean, apparently not, because they got upset about it. Or, I mean, again, it could have actually been a real thing. Again, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, I would not put anything past some of these woke, indoctrinated kids for them to want to identify as animals, okay? Because at this point, if we're cool with boys identify as girls and girls identify as boys, then, I mean, hey, it's a slippery slope, right? How can I deny you the right to identify as a cat, right? If you identify as a boy or a girl, if you can freely identify as whatever gender you want to identify as, okay? What is stopping this slope from getting so slippery that you can identify as animals, right? Or even inanimate objects, right? You can identify as a rock, as a doorknob. You know, I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying. So, again, I wouldn't be surprised if it's true, but I want to hear from the school side of the story on this before coming to any concrete conclusions. However, again, it is California, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was true. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.